Let's go straight to the point, how to answer 2 surprisingly hard Scrum Master interview questions that my coaching clients actually got during their Scrum Master interviews. If you haven't watched the previous installment of this series, watch this video right here. This video will be from the point of view of the interviewer, so that you, as an interviewee, can get into their minds. First off, I like using the STAR format when answering interview questions. The STAR format gives you a straightforward, easy format to tell a beautiful story. The STAR format, 4 components: situation, task, action, and result. In situation, you describe the situation. You give all the required details to set the scene. The second component is task, where you describe what your responsibility was in that situation. Third, action, explain exactly what steps you took to address the situation. And the result, you share what outcomes your actions achieved. These 4 components will allow you to tell a beautiful story and remain focused on your answer. I will be showing you how to answer 2 interview questions in this video, and I will be using this format in order to do that. First thing I'll do is tell you why you're being asked this question. What does the interviewer want to hear? And second, we're going to use this format to give you a good answer. Question number 1, how would you facilitate Scrum adoption across multiple teams in a large organization with a traditional hierarchical structure? That's a tough question. The interviewer here is trying to figure out if you know how to implement Scrum at scale with multiple teams. Scaling Scrum. Do you know how to do it? Do you have experience doing it? That's a tough question. Implementing Scrum at scale. Pretty tough to do. Working with multiple teams, working with the entire organization, implementing something like Scrum, like agility, especially in an organization who are not mature in terms of agility. That's a hard thing to do. So how do you answer this question? So first, you set the situation. In my previous role as a Scrum Master, I was working with a bank, ABC Bank, very traditional bank. Hierarchical structure, traditional hierarchical structure. They were working on multiple projects at the same time using the waterfall model, and I was tasked as a Scrum Master to start implementing Scrum across the entire organization. Multiple teams. The organization was facing 2 main problems. First, they couldn't meet the deadlines of their projects, and second, the features that we were releasing to the market, no one was using it. The next component of a story is task. What was your responsibility? What were you required to do? I was required as a Scrum Master to implement Scrum across 10 teams, totaling around hundreds employees, setting up the practices, changing their mindset, implementing the values, the principles, ensuring that they are collaborating, that they can work together in order to be more efficient, in order to be more effective, meet the delivery dates, and create products that customers actually use. The third component is action. What did you actually do? First thing I did as a Scrum Master in this new role is doing workshops with middle management and upper management in order to praise Scrum, praise agility, show them the benefits, and really get their buy-in. It all starts with the top. The mindset needs to shift. They need to really understand why we are implementing agility, why we are implementing Scrum, in order to release faster, build beautiful products that customers actually want to use. We need their buy-in. And once upper management, middle management, they were convinced about Scrum and agility, I started to work with the teams, starting with agility. The principles, the values, trainings on the practices, different frameworks, Scrum, Kanban. At the same time, I was also coaching and teaching some people who wanted to play the role of a Scrum Master in the teams, in these 10 teams. The next step was selecting 2 teams. We would first implement Scrum with these 2 teams as an experiment. So we started implementing Scrum with these 2 teams. Working agreement, defining the practices, when are we doing sprint planning, the sprint retrospective, everything was documented. We had a clear target, what we wanted to achieve, what it meant to be effective, what it meant to be efficient, and everything was tracked in order to prove the value of Scrum, the value of agility, the value of the Scrum Masters, and that the team was actually improving when implementing agility and Scrum. I had a recurring meeting every 2 weeks with the stakeholders, the sponsors, managers, in order to give progress on how agility and Scrum was being implemented across the organization, showing metrics, showing our successes, showing our failures, getting feedback and improving on this feedback. And after 3 months, the 2 teams where we implemented Scrum, The implementation was a success, and we started implementing Scrum across multiple teams, also doing Scrum of Scrums, helping them collaborate and work together. Obviously, everything was tracked and shared with stakeholders, with upper management, getting feedback and always improving on this feedback. In 1 year, these 100 people, these 10 teams were now Scrum teams and mature in terms of agility. They also reported 30% increase in the chance of meeting their project deadlines, and also the NPS score, Net Promoter Score, was very good. Drastic increase. Customers were actually using the features and products. It was a success. Question number 2. As a Scrum Master, how would you deal with a situation where senior management wants to micromanage the Scrum teams? The interviewer wants to hear 2 things with this question. First, can you persuade, negotiate, influence the senior management in order to make them realize that micromanagement that might not be the right choice? And second, can you shield, protect the team? 2 things that are extremely hard to do, especially in an environment where the organization is not really mature in terms of agility. Again, we're going to tell a story while answering this question. First, it starts with situation. In my previous role as a Scrum Master in bank ABC, traditional bank, traditional hierarchical structure, I was working with a Scrum team, and the product was revamping a website. The website of the organization. Big projects, but it was broken down into multiple Scrum teams. I was working with one Scrum team, and the sponsor of this Scrum team didn't trust the team. They wanted to micromanage the team. They believed that the team was not efficient. They believed that the team was not effective, that they were not working hard enough. And it all started with a sponsor asking if they could get every single week how many lines of code did each and every single developer write. How much time did they spend in the office? How much breaks did they take? Micromanaging the team, controlling the team, and this was affecting morale. The second component of the story is the task part. What were you required to do? I wanted to shield the team, protect the team, increase efficiency, increase effectiveness, but also address the concerns of a senior manager, the sponsor of the team. The third component, the action part. How did you actually do that? My goal was to gain the trust of a sponsor, this senior manager. So I organized a meeting with this person. I didn't want to tell them that they were wrong. That's not a good approach. I wanted to give them exactly what they needed. They want the reports, I'll give them the reports. They want the lines of codes per person, I'll give them that. When someone doesn't trust you, you give them what they want, and then you try to move them into the right direction. So I gave them all the metrics. And then I started also praising the benefits of agility, of Scrum, showing them what we are trying to achieve with the team. How will we increase efficiency? How will we increase effectiveness? How will we increase morale, engagement with the team? And as a result, the product will be better. The team will be more effective. And we wanted one thing from this person. Let us, for 1 month, run an experiment where you will not interact with the team. You will stop micromanaging the team, telling the team what to do. Let the team be self-managed for 1 month. We have all the metrics. We have all the baselines now. Let's see if 1 month the team is more efficient, the team is more effective, the product released is better. And he agreed. Fourth component of a story, the result part. Every week I had a meeting with this person, giving updates on how the experiment was going, showing progress in terms of metrics, efficiency, productivity, effectiveness, the product, the releases, bugs being reduced. And after 1 month, the experiment was a success. The success criteria that we defined prior to starting the experiment was met. The senior manager was very satisfied, so satisfied that they stopped micromanaging the team and suggested that we start implementing agility and Scrum with multiple teams and the rest of the organization. The experiment was a success. That's how you handle a difficult stakeholder or senior manager. If you want more tips, insights on Agile, Scrum, personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.